Hey, Jane and Nigel, just 2 more days separate us from a college football playoff quarterfinal matchup between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. It's a return to the playoff for a vast majority of this Georgia Bulldogs team, including upstate native and Gaffney standout Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. We had the chance to go one-on-one with the big fella as we count down to kickoff ahead of New Year's Day. While it may be the Tuesday ahead of the Sugar Bowl, sadly, it is not Fat Tuesday. We still have a few more months left until Mardi Gras officially comes to a close. In a game that was played a day late, the Dogs showed up $1 short. All eyes were on Gunnar Stockton making his first career start in the college football playoff quarterfinal, but the Rabun County standout did his part. What's going on, guys? Chase Justice here, coming to you from the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, where we are just a few days away from the 90th annual Sugar Bowl between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Georgia Bulldogs just touched down in the city earlier Sunday afternoon as they gear up to play in one of the biggest and most synonymous bowl games that bowl season has to offer. But off the field, this Georgia team has no shortage of personality, arguably none bigger than that of defensive lineman Nazir Stackhouse. So we decided to hand the microphone over to the big fella so he could give us an inside look at the many personalities that make up this Georgia team.
Warren Brinson and Jordan Hall, as a defense at the University of Georgia, what would y'all say is y'all favorite play that y'all made throughout the season?
Being able to come back and play in the SEC championship game and contribute to us making other people make some plays, I mean, it was a good job for me.
Who is the top 5 Georgia Dogs of all time?
All right,
no wrong answer. No wrong answer.
Number 1, man, Kirby Smart, man. Kirby Smart, man. 16 interceptions.
That's incorrect. Herschel Walker.
16 interceptions, 32 missed tackles. Kirby Smart, number 1.
Number 1. Herschel Walker.
Number 2, George Pickens, man. George Pickens.
As a walk-on, because I know you're a walk-on, right? What would say is your hardest moments at Georgia?
I knew it was gonna be hard, but if I'm playing football with the best of the best, like, I'm trying to prove myself every day, and that's pretty much what being a walk-on is like here. Is like, you're not just proving yourself on the field, you're proving yourself off the field in the classroom.
Stetson Bennett, Brock Bowers.
Oh my God!
I forgot about that. I was gonna say Todd Gurley, Herschel Walker.
Todd Gurley, oh my God! Brock. Okay, you got Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers again. Brock Bowers some more. Brock Bowers. And it's still Brock Bowers. Oh, Stetson in there.
It shouldn't come as a surprise that Stackhouse one day hopes to make the transition to this side of the business once his playing days are over. Now, coming up both tonight and tomorrow, we will have plenty of coverage coming your way ahead of the big game. But for now, reporting live in the Big Easy, I'm Chase Justice, WYFF News 4 Sports. Now, the Dogs are 3-0 all-time against the Fighting Irish, including a big national championship win right here in New Orleans back in 1981. It'll mark the 12th time in school history that Georgia will compete in the Sugar Bowl, but this season, this Georgia team is hungry to make some waves in the college football playoff, especially considering they missed out on the big dance just last season. An unfortunate week here in New Orleans, both for the city and the Georgia Bulldogs. Their season coming to a close in the quarterfinal round of the college football playoff. The big story, the Dogs beating themselves on the field, allowing Notre Dame just 90 passing yards on the day, but offensively, a pair of costly turnovers as well as a kick return for a touchdown proved insurmountable for this Georgia team. Head coach Kirby Smart not mincing words when it came to how the uncertainty of this week had little effect on how his team performed in the Sugar Bowl. Senior offensive lineman Tate Ratledge adding to Smart's comments, saying the team was able to compartmentalize what happened by focusing on the reason they were here in New Orleans in the first place, because they had one goal: to win a national championship. Welcome to the Big Easy, where the Georgia Bulldogs have come marching into town in preparation for the 91st annual Allstate Sugar Bowl. Still a few days left between now and New Year's Day, when the Dogs and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish will go toe-to-toe right behind me at the Caesars Superdome. And boy, do we have plenty of storylines to unravel in those next couple of days. Arguably none more important than the QB1 situation going on inside the Georgia locker room. The Rabun County stand out as poised as they come for someone who admittedly will have to learn on the fly when it comes to playing against a team as talented as Notre Dame. Not to mention the added stresses of making that first career start in a place like the Sugar Bowl, in a venue like the Caesars Superdome. A relative unknown at this point in his career, Stockton grew up just across the Georgia line in Tiger, Georgia, where he compiled one of the most prolific careers that the Peach State has ever seen. And now he's ready to leave his mark on the University of Georgia and the college football playoff.
Meet Gunner Stockton. One of the most highly decorated players to ever step foot on a high school football field in the state of Georgia.
He does it in the air, he does it with his legs, Rabun County!
From the small town of Tiger, Georgia, Stockton attended Rabun County High School, where he put up some truly prolific numbers during his 4 years as starting quarterback for the Wildcats. Totaling a career 46-7 record, Stockton rewrote the record books, breaking Deshaun Watson's career touchdown record, as well as surpassing Trevor Lawrence's career passing touchdowns mark, before making the pledge to Georgia in 2022, where Stockton has learned from some of the best, like Stetson Bennett and Carson Beck, who went down just before halftime of the SEC championship game, giving Stockton his one shining moment, leading the Dogs to their second conference title in the past 3 seasons.
The players believe in Gunner. They love Gunner. The juice that he brought and the passion and energy. I mean, he lives with 3 or 4 of those guys. I don't know, Drew and Oscar and some of them, and it was like it gave us an added boost of energy. They were fired up.
Rabun County, baby!
As Stockton gears up to make his first career collegiate start on one of the biggest stages imaginable, a college football playoff quarterfinal matchup at the Sugar Bowl.
This kid's a winner, man. This kid's special. He's a winner.
This is pretty awesome. It's just special to the guys that get to do it with.
And Rabun County certainly getting behind their budding star, as can be seen in the December 26th edition of the Clayton Tribune, serving as a rallying call for the pride of Rabun County, Georgia. Yeah, Carol and Nigel, you can really start to feel the excitement building ahead of tomorrow's big game. All the extracurriculars at this point are just about out of the way. Of course, earlier this afternoon, we had the annual Allstate Sugar Bowl New Year's Parade, but now it's all about the X's and O's. And it's going to be a fun week with plenty of awesome events and great storylines as we gear up for the big game on New Year's Day. Until then, reporting in New Orleans, I'm Chase Justice, WYFF News 4 Sports.